Thanks for joining us again today. Today we're going to be talking about Andromeda and meta performance. There's been a lot of shifts and changes in the market for that over the last 12 months. We've been seeing a lot of businesses, a lot of clients of ours, a lot of prospective clients kind of facing a lot of the same issues. So we thought we want to talk about here. Maybe we can clear it up for a few people and give a little bit of advice in that area as well. So as always, I'm joined with Andy, our strategy director. So we'll be chatting about that through today. Before we dive into it, if you do like this content, if you want to hear more about this content, please subscribe, follow us, like all the usual bits, because it'll help us produce the right content as well. And get in touch if there's anything you wanted to hear about as well. So I mentioned that many clients are kind of facing this problem at the moment, Andy, is we've been through many pitches, lots of proposals over the last kind of 6 months, and a lot of our clients have been hit by the same thing as well. And to summarise it up, is essentially Meta just isn't performing the way that it used to. You know, there's a lot of people stalling in terms of the growth, a lot of people not getting the same amount for the spend that they were before, and quite a lot of them actually starting to see like a bit of a decline as well. So what's your take on this at the moment in terms of what you're seeing?
Yeah, well, I think start off with, I think a lot of clients are now starting to go, and brands, is it worth to invest in Meta anymore? Can it work for me? What we're seeing is there's been a big shift in terms of how Meta actually serve ads. They've a complete overhaul in their algorithm. The result of that is clients are seeing performance drop off. Sales aren't coming through as cheaply as they used to, so they have to spend more to try and get to the same place that they're at. Essentially, it's becoming a much more expensive platform for brands to compete in.
And that ties in with the Andromeda update, right? Because the Andromeda update was announced in December 2024, but we've really kind of seen that impact from kind of summer last year, June, July, that period of time. That's when we've kind of seen the numbers really kind of change.
Yeah, it was announced in December. It'll have been rolled out probably through stages. They don't tell you when it was. We can see the biggest impact on it in terms of from July onwards through to now, in terms of impact, a specific date of the impact dropping off, and brands seeing performance just.
So what is the Andromeda update?
So Andromeda is basically a completely new way for Meta to serve ads to you. So with this, previously you would target people based on interest, age, different demographic data to find people who are the customers that you want, or you'd use your retargeting audiences, lookalike audiences, and so on. Now what they are doing with Andromeda is, because they have so much more data on you as a person, in terms of
as a user, not as a business, right?
As a user,
yeah,
they'll understand more around the content you engage with. They've got their pixel on many websites around the world, so they can actually take that engagement data to actually understand more around what you're actually doing. People say it's my phone listening to me. It's not. It's that they have a much more detailed view of what you do. They probably know what you're going to do next week before you know.
Yeah, it's because as we go around, as we go and search the web, we're leaving a footprint on everything that we do. Now, it has got harder with kind of the cookie policies and each website having to have the user accept or reject those. But even beyond that and before that, there was so much data going around. So as I go through the web, I'm leaving a footprint on everything that I engage in. And I always accept cookies because I'm in marketing, so I kind of have to. Otherwise, it makes my job harder. But because of that, that's the footprint and that's the data that they have on users. It's not an individual, they know about Mike Ellis. You know, they just know about my behaviour.
Oh, yeah, you will be anonymised to them, but they know exactly what you're doing, the content you like, the types of content you engage with, the website you've gone on, what to give them a much better idea of what are you interested in at the minute, and how do you behave. What that's doing is, we're seeing from there a change in how they serve adverts to people. So what it actually Andromeda allows Meta to do is basically to take this huge group of different ads that from all different brands that could be served to you, and they then go, let's bring it down a bit. This is now a group of ads that are more relevant for Mike based on the content he's interested in, who he is, what he's looking at, what he engages with. So what they've also got is the gem update, and from there that then allows you to pull down into an even more detailed view to look at what sort of content should we show you. So it's basically all it's actually doing is serving people with ads that are more relevant for them, that are more predictive of the behaviours that they will take that the brand wants to take. The biggest issue we're seeing is brands haven't adapted to it.
Okay, and what impacts that having for business? Because again, I've seen this from pitches, I've seen this from speaking to business owners, is performance is either plateauing or it's actually declining, or any growth they're having has got nothing to do with actually what's happening in the account.
Yeah, so it will be, first one, it's costing you more to acquire a customer. So it's getting more expensive to find people out there. For some brands, it then becomes unprofitable. It's, you're seeing, they'll look at it and go, costs in the auction are more expensive. Don't look, it's not a traditional auction with Meta. It's not a Google style auction. It's an auction where it's so personalised, they're looking at you at an individual level rather than looking at everyone in a category, because I'm not searching for your content. I'm on my platform. I'm on the platform looking for content that interests me. With that, we're seeing click-through rates drop off. The metric I like is reach per pound, which essentially is CPM flipped on its head. I find it's just an easy way to track that. And what we're seeing there is you're getting in front of less people for the same budget.
And this is all because all the creative, all the ads that businesses have been using for the last 2 to 3 years, which has been, they've found something that's worked and they've stuck with it, and they've kind of kept kind of hammering that same kind of tactic. Is they've continued with that, but Andromeda no longer wants that, because what Andromeda wants is a bit more creative diversity to be able to essentially figure out which ads are best for your users.
Yeah, you've used a blunt force approach to try and force people down to look at something that you know has worked, and you then expect it to work for everyone. With Andromeda, that's not going to happen, because they look at it and go, that type of person doesn't engage with that content, so we're not going to show it, because in the group of ads, not just your ads, but the whole system of people trying to get your attention, they're going, this type of advert is more relevant for them. Ultimately, a different brand is doing a better job to get in front of that user than you are.
And when I'm having these conversations with businesses, is they're really struggling to kind of identify what it is that's actually wrong within the account. We're getting the same kind of conversations around the structure's not right, or the tracking's not set up, or the data input's not right, all that sort of conversation, but no one's really coming saying we need better creative. Why is it that brands are struggling to diagnose that problem?
Because they look at the wrong metrics initially. So a lot of people will start from the bottom end of it and go, ROAS, CPA. And they'll look at it and go, is that in a good place? Yes or no? More often than not, it's dropping away. But then they'll go through the traditional approach of looking at different metrics, and some of them look completely fine. What they're not looking at is the types of people that I see in their adverts. Their reporting doesn't allow them to do that. What they need to do is flip it on its head and go, are people seeing my ads? Yes, that's where people stay now. They'll go, people are seeing it fine. It's not a problem in the account, it's something else that's the issue. Whereas actually what's actually happening now, because Andromeda is built for exploration, it's built for finding new people. The platform isn't built for get people to buy. That's not why you go on Meta, that's not why you're on Instagram, that's not why you're on Facebook. You're on there trying to find engaging content, stuff that interests you. People have tried to just force you to buy that, but Meta are now looking at that and going, we don't want you to do that, because if you do that, people will leave the platform. If people leave the platform, they can't monetize you. So they want to make sure that the content they're putting in front of you is useful for what you're after. Brands aren't looking at it that way. They're just looking at the top level metrics and going, what's happening? What's actually happening is, because it's built for exploration, Meta are pulling back who they want to show your ads to. So they're still showing your ads to people, but they're just showing it to the same people more often.
Yeah.
And the people that show it to more often are your safe people. They're your existing customers. So your impressions look fine, your delivery looks fine, but actually you're just being shown more and more to the same people who you will then see less of an interaction from, or the key action that you want to take, probably because they've already bought from you.
So it becomes a channel optimization issue, doesn't it? If you've got an individual who's looking at your account and you're trying to optimize that, whether it's in-house or agency, and you're only looking at your sales metrics, then you're just being reinforced by all those sales metrics. Okay, well, that ad made that sale, so let's do more of that. When in reality, if you take that step back, look at what Meta wants to be as a platform, because it can only monetize people that stay on the platform. So it wants to be entertaining, wants to be engaging in terms of the content that's on there. Then it flips it on its head, and then you start to go, well, actually, let's do more ad creative that engages more people, reaches a different type of audience, as opposed to just follow where those metrics are telling us that sales are.
Yeah, it's about designing it around what the platform wants, and what the platform wants is what people want.
Yeah,
it's not, but that doesn't usually fit with what a brand wants. So brands need to look at this and go, what's the role of this channel in terms of that whole journey of a customer, rather than just how can I get as many sales as profitably as possible today.
So if the issue is channel optimization there, rather than understanding the role that Meta plays within the user journey, why are so many teams getting this wrong? Why are people not being able to spot this?
I think they can spot it. The first part will be internal pressures, and from a business point of view, weekly sales targets, got to hit these. Then the second part of that is, do they have the time to make the changes that are needed to deliver an overhaul? Probably not. So with that, they then go, my focus is on hitting this sales target. What can I do to hit this sales target? Let's just do more of the same. Let's just put more creative into the account. Let's just tighten our targeting. Let's put more spend through it. They're not identifying what actually needs done to give the change that the algorithm is asking you for.
Yeah, it's that classic what got us here won't get us there type of statement, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, so that's what Andromeda is. We know the impact that this is having on businesses right across the country, right across the world, really, in terms of some of the accounts that we've seen at. We're going to explore this topic a little bit more in terms of how to bring creative into Meta in the right way to be able to kind of scale that up, but that'll be in another video as well. So again, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. If you like this, please follow and subscribe and ring the bell to be able to make sure you get the notifications. So yeah, thanks very much. Cheers, Andy.
Cheers.